Yee! Bay Area stand up. What up, Fight World? It's your boy Ego, and I'm back with some more boxing. Nonito Donaire knocks out Gaballo's Showtime boxing main event. I want to give you guys my post-fight. If you like content like this, throw a like on the video. It's free, it's quick, it's painless. Let's go. Now, follow me on Twitter as well, @BoxingEgo. It's really kind of scary. The great Ego Stradamus strikes again. You know, I'm just a student of the game, learning the sport more and more. But it's scary how accurate my thoughts were. So make sure you guys follow me. I said Nonito Donaire told you guys post-fight what I said in my tweets, which we'll go over. I'm the god of boxing talk, right? Jim Gray was wilding at the end. After Nonito Donaire won, which he did win by a vicious knockout, Donaire was getting his thank yous out and, you know, his sponsors and thanking his team. And Jim Gray said, your wife just gonna have to be mad at you. We got to finish my interview. That's basically what he said. You know, I'm paraphrasing, of course. And I said I called the fight about perfect. So let's get into this fight. This was really an easy fight to break down, easy, digestible fight. Now, I got to give one disclaimer. I watched the ESPN telecast with Lomachenko. I didn't watch the whole thing, but I watched the co-feature, Jared Anderson. He looked good. And Lomachenko, he was boxing very nicely. And he got the victory. It went to decision, hurt Comey, but he wasn't able to stop him. You know, it is what it is. And I posted this. Again, you guys can follow me so you get this in real time. I said, the great thing about watching two separate boxing telecasts back-to-back comparison. As a boxing fan, it's a pleasure for me to watch the Showtime telecast and see they're not spending valuable minutes clout chasing and hating on rival network fighters like top-ranking ESPN telecast did to Gervonta Tank Davis. Not once. So not once did you hear Showtime really mention them other guys and find a way to hate. They just had a great card. The Crowley fight, Bacharov or whatever, I don't know how to pronounce the dude's name. That was a great fight. I got to see Brandon Lee. He looks like a young stud, powerful guy, box more. And it was a very good, fun Showtime card. I said, you have not heard the Showtime telecast on commentary crew bashing Ryan Garcia or clout chasing NOA or Teofimo or Eddie Hearn. So very classy stuff from Showtime, but I got more videos coming about the Gervonta Davis hate that they were doing on the ESPN telecast. And let's get into the Donaire fight. Smash the like button. They announced that his career had spanned like 20 years in the sport. So I said a 20-year career still fighting ranked tough guys. Very impressive. Congrats to Nonito Donaire on his career. Keep in mind, you could look at the time, this was before the actual fight. So we're going from before the fight started, my tweets, and we could see how accurate it was, some of the stuff I was saying. Now, this is in round one, I tweeted this. I said, Nonito Donaire, his left hook is too crispy. I said, Donaire has one of the best in boxing history. Not like the current active fight. He has one of the best left hook. This is what I said in round one. I told you it's kind of scary when you see how it all played out, like you seen at the beginning. A left hook is what ended this fight for Donaire. Now, I said his left hook is too crispy. Donaire has one of the best in boxing history. And I said David Tua and Felix Tito Trinidad had all-time great classic left hooks as well. So this is just my commentary. Again, if you dig stuff like that, in Boxing the Sweet Science, follow me, @BoxingEgo. I said Gaballo, who was also Filipino, just like Donaire's Filipino-American, he was known for his power, and I believe he was undefeated entering this fight. I told you guys, Gaballo got to be careful when Donaire dips to the left side, because if he follows up with that fast left hook upstairs in the pocket like they were in the last round, it's dangerous in the pocket with Nonito Donaire, right? And I continue. I said Gaballo landed a nice right in round 3, woke Nonito Donaire's game up. And this is one of the tell-alls of what I've seen. My tweet says, this is smart by Donaire in the early rounds to not overly show the left hand, which is notorious and everyone is looking for. And I think this set up the knockout. I truly do. And I said this before, this was tweeted before the knockout even occurred. You guys can look at anything you want, the timestamps, or if you follow me on Twitter already, you can vouch for it. So I said it was smart. I noticed Donaire, he wasn't overly showing the left hook. When you are a big puncher or you got a crazy uppercut or a crazy left or right hand, whatever your go-to is, guys, it becomes nefarious. And guys, when you have a notoriously quick left hand or whatever your signature punch is, guys start looking for it. So they're doing anything and trying to move out of range from it and stuff like that. So I said it was smart for Donaire to get a lot of work in the early rounds against a guy who was inexperienced, at least compared to Donaire, and get those early rounds in, not flashing the left hand too much. And I said, lull them to sleep. And as the fight wears in, introduce the left hand and hook more and more mid-fight. That's the benefits of fighters with power in both hands. So Donaire is a guy who has pop and snap in both hands. So he's able to do enough solid work or real good work with his right hand, even though his left hook is money. And as soon as he started integrating the left hand in, you know, it was looking bad. Now, this is right before the knockout. Check the timestamps. I said, I don't like Gaballo bouncing up and down, shaking his feet out after Donaire landed a big shot. It might have been a right hand. I said, boxers often do these little quirks and things when they are hurt, LOL, which is body language and signals to your opponent. I don't believe in showing that much. You got to be stoic, must be stoic at all times. So Donaire landed a great shot. And then you seen Gaballo, he start jumping up and like he was running in place or something. And you have to understand, Donaire is super experienced. So when guys see you, you got to have a poker face. I know it's hard, easier said than done, but when guys see that they got basically some form of reaction, even though the guy, Gaballo's face may have been a poker face, when you do these little quirks or look discouraged or anything like that, that could be the body language that the fighter, the boxer is seeing in close quarters. So you don't want to let nothing like that seep out. And fighters got to train just in that in itself. Like if someone, they stuff in a body shot and you gasp, the fighter hears that. The fighter hears that I'm in close quarters in the pocket. I hit him to the body and they say, or release air or whatever. They didn't like the body shot, so they're going to do it again, etc. And I noticed that. And right after I posted this tweet, just so you guys could see, Ego Stradamus 1027. So this was before the actual knockdown. So I just said Donaire got to start integrating the left hand mid-fight. He got a 4th round knockout. And I kept praising his left hand, and the left hand's what got it done. So you look at this 1027, and then by 1027, I told you he was down. So I called it within seconds of it actually happening. You see what I'm saying? I called the left hand all night and told the fans what it was going to be. And guess what? The left hand's what sat him down. And I told you he was like, I think he got buzzed earlier when I was talking about Gaballo, and he did that little maneuver. And again, those are no-nos. Donaire's experience, he got a lot of fights. He's been fighting at a high level for a while. Then he went down. And I said hooks to the body killed him. So that was pretty much the story of the fight. Congrats to Nonito Donaire. Another thing to add is Gaballo, you know, he showed heart. He landed a couple good shots, but Donaire was just too experienced and too strong, too powerful. And using the right hand so much early when he became a two-handed fighter, basically, and started to show the left with the right. And he went downstairs, which was very smart by Donaire. As opposed to like head hunting or anything. And I expect nothing less from my Bay Area brother, Nonito Donaire. So, you know, great performance from him. That left hook is still a problem. They're talking about Donaire possibly fighting against Inoue in a rematch. He broke his orbital in like his jaw or something, like, or his nose. So that it could be a grueling fight. I don't know how Inoue took some of them shots, but Donaire, he seems spiritually and mentally in a good space. Another thing to add is Gaballo, when he got dropped, he really tried to get up on a late count on like a 8, and he got up, stood up, but he was like, he wasn't feeling it. Like it was just too much pain. So he just went back down, and smartly, the referee resumed the count from where he left off. So that's cool because you can't, the ref is in control, but you can't allow the fighter to game the system like that. So it was a very fair stoppage, and I'm glad it was no, just no BS or anything where we had to worry about some drama, because the ref picked up the count exactly. That's the duty for it. The ref picked up the count. He was like 8, and then the dude stood up and then he sat back down instead of going back to 1, which a lesser referee might have done or forgot where his count was, even though they had people on the side to help remind you. He picked up the count. He said 9, 10, and then the fight's over. Hopefully you guys liked the fight. Great card by Showtime. That Crowley fight was a mug. That was some pretty brutal stuff. Crowley became the mandatory for Errol Spence. Loads of good fight. Brandon Lee, I got some content. I told you I've been checking for him for a minute. Donaire, he's a beast. Bay Area, bantamweight. Him dropping back down to 118 is like a resurgence for Donaire. Hopefully you like the content. For more boxing and the latest and greatest, subscribe to the content. And I'm out. The future is now. The Hibernation 5s by Kenichi Bear. Hybrid gaming and lifestyle headphones. Out of the box, you can connect to any console or PC. Bluetooth ready with a low latency USB adapter, color RGB, and extreme bass mode. The Hibernation 5s adjust to you. Whether you need a gaming, travel, gym, or lifestyle headphones, the Hibernations got you covered. The new Hibernation 5s, link in the description. Customize the way you hear the world. Welcome to the nation. Are you tired of your YouTube videos not getting any views? Well, consider TubeBuddy. I've used TubeBuddy for years to scale up my YouTube channel. Now we're sitting over 200,000 subscribers. TubeBuddy is a browser extension that offers a ton of built-in productivity and time-saving services to take your channel to the next level. Use my link in the description to get started with TubeBuddy and level up your channel faster.